Oh, right. Jesus Speaks, number 3, out in God's creation. Hope y'all enjoy. The story and the message that I'm going to tell you today may change your life. It may be your perspective on life and your perspective on God. So once there is this dad and son, and they went out to Africa. And they went out to this long trip, and then when they were coming back, the dad stopped to make sure the car was good, make sure they had all the supplies they needed and all stuff like that. So they're in the bush, and then so the son, he had a soccer ball, so he started kicking it, and he started going a little further, and his dad looked up from working on the car, and he said, "Son, don't go any further than that. Stay there." So the dad started, "We're going to go up," and he looks up again, and son's a little bit further out, a little more further out than he told him to. And he said, "Son, stop, do not go any further." So the son didn't listen to him, and he kept going. And then about the third or fourth time the father looked up, there was not one living thing over there playing, but there was two. He looked over, and there was this lion stalking his son. And so the lion that was stalking his son, and he knew that if he yelled and screamed, the lion would attack. So he said, "Son, come here. Son, come here." So then the son said, "No, Dad, I don't want to listen to you. I know what I'm doing. I'm having so much fun. This is always what I want to do. I love kicking my soccer ball. I love doing this. I love doing that." And then he yelled and screamed to his son, "Son, come here." And then the lion attacked. That father watched his son get carried away by that lion. Now, what can we take from this? How many times in our life are we're going into an addiction, something we're not supposed to be doing, the relationships, whatever it is, and God's just calling us, "Son, come here." Why can't we trust Him? All the pain, all the suffering that you go through, and if you just come to Jesus, He will give you a life. No more addiction, no more pain. For Peter says, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings." In saying that, remember, Satan is always ready to attack. He's a prowling, stalking lion, ready to attack you for anything that you cannot overcome. But we use God to overcome it. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Or Psalm says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." So God's not asking us to fast for 40 days, not to eat certain foods, not to wear certain clothes, not to do any of this, but to put our problems on Him, and He will take care of it. Put your anxieties on the Lord, and He shall take care of it. The more we trust in Jesus, our lives will get better. As we walk foot in foot with Him, we walk hand in hand, our lives will get better as we develop and start to be more like Jesus. Because Jesus He was human, He was also God in the flesh. And also saying this, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how many friends you have, it doesn't matter how popular you are, it doesn't matter how your bank accounts look, it don't matter how big your booty is, none of that matters. What matters is you lived a life full of living for God. Know what that looks like is just to follow Him, to read His Word, to read His Scripture, to see what He did. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to look up what Jesus did. How did Jesus treat people? Did He treat them with respect? It's for you to find out. And then on the end of that, look at how glorious this is. Jesus Speaks. Done. I don't do this to motivate you guys. I don't do this to make you feel good. I do this so you can learn about Jesus and to change your life. I love y'all. God's crazy about y'all. Have a good week.